Welcome on in to this very special name logo day edition of the PWHL Puck Drop podcast. Maybe we'll play the jingle just for our special guest, Lindsey. Here it is.
It's time for the PWHL Puck Drop Podcast.
Because nobody likes my jingle, but Lindsey said she misses it. And look who it is. It's our friend Lindsey. Come on in to talk about the logos. And you know what's going to be really cool, Lindsey, is
What?
you said you only just saw these like 20 minutes ago. So this is like instant reaction. So this is going to be so good. I will admit, I haven't had a lot of time to study them either, but I spent the morning, with all of the buzz going around and around and the tweets that went out. So I definitely got a feel for the vibe of the community, but this is going to be interesting. And I guess what we'll do, first of all, Lindsey, how are you? People have missed you. People in the comments have asked me where you are. And look, she's alive.
Yes. I'm good. The WNBA is kind of like dramatic compared to the PWHL. So I'm looking forward to the non-drama of the PWHL.
Oh, okay.
Where it's people aren't fighting all the time.
Well, we'll see. We've got some, there was some smack talk after the playoffs and some stuff that went down. So we'll see. It's going to get, like we both were just saying before we went live here, that we can't wait. Like it's taking too long. This logo name tease is now like hurting our hearts because we're like, but now we got to wait like almost 2 months or roughly that. So, but let's get into it. We don't want to be here all day. We want to just hit all six. We're going to look at some tweets. I mean, first of all, I'll just say, my general impression is positive. Like, I'm so glad they didn't use those previously, right? I mean, were you a fan of those in any way? Are you?
No.
Right.
No, I feel like I kind of liked the Wicked. Like I got it. I kind of liked it, but I saw other people did not like it at all.
It was problematic in so many ways. I'm glad that, I mean, I could have maybe lived with one or two, but I think all of these are way better. So well done there, Pdub. Great job by the marketing staff. And we know they're operating fast and furious, like a smaller budget. Like, let's give them a break for doing a really good job. But with that, we're also going to tear them apart or at least critique them, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so and we'll try not to be biased, even though we have our favorite teams, which affects a little bit how we feel, but we'll see. So we're going to start just with, and I also think it's so cool. Have you been on the website? Because it's totally redone too.
I was on the shop. I was looking at all the merch, but I don't really go on the website too much.
Yeah, the website itself. So like they had a lot going on. They've got all the branding here in place for each team. The colors. We haven't seen the jerseys yet, so that'll be coming up apparently. We'll probably say early November. Sounded like, I mean, look, they've even renamed their newsletters. Like I think they've done a really good job of covering all the bases and getting this together. But we're gonna look just in the order that they are here on the homepage, and I promise I will let Lindsey talk.
Just waiting.
She's being so polite. So they've got the 6 logos splashed here on the home screen, and they look, I mean, we're going to see less purple. Gonna miss the good old purple, but so we'll go in the order that they are here. Okay, so we've got the Boston Fleet. Your thoughts?
I actually like the Boston one quite a bit. I get it. It's the Whalers, basically. That's it's like the Whalers thing sideways. But it's an actual logo, so I like it. I think the more you kind of look at it, the more it's like the details are kind of cool. I do kind of like the name too. Like it's unique. Like you don't want a name that just everybody uses, which is hard because there's so many teams, obviously. But so I kind of like it.
When they teased, the shot of the water, I had a fleeting thought. Wow, did you hear that? When they did the teas, I thought, what if they named them the Hob, the Boston Hob, that like, which I thought would have been actually kind
Buddy.
of. And okay, I know you always pick me apart for my looking at colors, but they went from this yellowish green to a more, let's say, mintish green, but it's still so muted. I wish they just like.
I like the green. I don't know why you don't like.
I like this green. I just, even in the logo, like it's a little muted. So I think they could have just made it pop, but that's very minor. So do you want to separate how you feel about the name and the logo, or just all in one?
Yeah, I feel like it would have been weird, like different if we just got the names first, no logo. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like the name. I think people like the name too.
Yeah, I think this one has. And then the league, they did a great job. They came out with the logos, they came out with the word marks, and then they came out with like an explanation and a closer look with the waves of
Oh,
resilience.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, there's
I
all, a lot of information here on how this all came together. And I'll also be posting parts of the press conference where the players spoke. And Hillary Knight really liked the anchor. She thought that was really cool. And the waves. She seemed really pumped about the logo, which was cool to see. So I went ahead and like when I first learned the names, I thought the fleet is solid, like 8 out of 10. It's
Mhm.
it's a good name. It works. It's good. It's fine. When I add in the logo, I just felt a little bit less than the name. I like the waves. I think just the letter mark could have just been pumped up a little more. It looks a little odd. I don't know. I think you could have done the anchor thing just in a little bit bolder, but it's pretty solid. Pretty solid overall. This is a good one to start with because it's sort of like some are better, some are worse, right?
Yep.
And it's going to look good when the fans, we've got to think about like fans chanting it and, you know, things that the fans are going to do with it, like what they named their newsletter and their mascots. And there's a whole bunch of stuff with it. Lindsay, have you ordered any merch yet?
No, but I was looking at it. I have I have money from selling all my NHL stuff, so I have money to spend.
You might want to hurry because some things are selling out.
That's
This
true.
t-shirt, all 6 teams have like a version of this t-shirt, which I think I ordered. I just had to, so I broke down. So this is a good spot to mention. Look in the description for my Ko-fi.com page where you can donate to help keep all this running, keep my Zoom account up and running, keep my batteries running in my mouse and the electricity on. But so okay, let's give this one kind of like good, good solid, good start. And let's move now. I have to pace myself to the Minnesota Frost.
hmm
Go ahead.
I I don't know if I get the name, like it's cold there, but like I don't know if it's very catchy. Like maybe it might grow on me. I'm not sure. Like it's like I'm very newly reacting to these. Um, so I don't know about the name. I feel like there were like names that were floating around like that fans chose that I thought were better.
This is
I,
the one, I mean, we can say it. The people kind of were hoping maybe the purple rain or the rain or
oh yeah, that's what I wanted. I wanted
yeah.
so much.
And then they kind of leaked something about cold. So it was like blizzard, storm, ice, white caps. Some people speculated. This one's so generic.
I thought the logo looked kind of like maybe it doesn't. I don't know, like the Montreal Force, like from the
Right.
PHF. That's what I thought that was at first, and I'm like, wait, what? You just took their logo. I don't know.
Now, I'm not one to
Yeah.
talk because my logo is a G. And so I know I'm aware that like it's kind of the easy way out, but
There's
uh,
no
to me, this is the weakest one overall, like combined. Like the name, I was like, it was equal to Fleet. It was like,
it's making me
okay,
think like Gatorade Frost.
someone posted that too. I know people immediately started looking around for like, what is this reminding me of? And again,
That's
like they're okay, they've
the
got
shirt, like that purple shirt is making me think like that's a Gatorade shirt.
exactly, yeah.
With a
And
G, it'd be a G instead of an F. That's all I'm seeing now.
you can't unsee it, right?
It now.
Let's see what their explanation here. Icicles in motion. Okay. And cold precision, the icy nature. I just think this one is so generic that
Mhm.
it borders on like mediocrity. It's
I don't like this one.
and I think it's also the weakest of the word marks because whatever they've done with their pointy edges is just doesn't work for me. And here
Yeah, done
again,
this.
they kind of dulled down the purple to like that lavender. This is the
It does.
worst one for me. I'm just gonna say it.
Mm-hmm.
Did you?
Oh no, no, I'm not going that far.
Oh, right. Oh, I forgot.
Logo
I
wise,
forgot. Yeah, I gave the name. Like the name is
name might be.
middling, but it's one of the worst logos. It's tied for the worst logo. And I wonder if people are already guessing. I think it's been pretty widespread which one people were hating on. But
I'm like
the word marks are interesting to see because they work a little differently.
I'm looking up Gatorade Frost.
Like all the logos, and it's fine. You could do that with any sport. Like I'm not going to hate just for that. That's minor. I just think it's weak overall.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, some of the associations, there are some even funnier ones coming up, folks. Do not leave this podcast because wait till you see what the Twitterverse discovered about a couple of these logos. Okay, so we're going back to the homepage. So we've given Boston average, we've given Minnesota like mediocre. The Montreal Victoire.
Montreal.
Montreal Victoire. I posted, yes, you have indeed won. And for the listener, Guillaume, who challenged me to say it, wanted me to send a sound file as an Anglophone, feeling that we wouldn't be able to say Victoire. Guess what? We can.
Why
Some
would we not be able to say that?
some people might struggle and drop, Victoire or Victor. It certainly might happen, but I don't see that as a reason not to use this splendid name. I think it's beautiful. I love that they've, added the blue. I imagine the gray is probably going away. But what do you think of this one, Linz?
That's my favorite. I feel like that's a consensus too. Is like that's an actual logo. It's not just a letter. There's a real
Hey.
logo.
Yeah. No, it's nice.
Oh,
It's like a
I'll say you.
crest, it's a shield. Yeah,
It's
I
a real
mean,
design. Like it, some of them miss the mark here with like not making a logo, which is hard. It's harder than like I tried to come up with some logos and stuff because I like to draw, but it is hard. I'll say that, especially since so many are taken. Like you're at a point where there's so many different teams. We got Poulin rocking the shirt.
yeah, she was on the call, and someone in French asked her about
Yes,
only using, a French version. But I think the consensus, even among, the English reporters, was like, it's okay. We want to honor it. The league staff said the same thing. We picked this on purpose. We love it. We love that it has that quality to it. It's not something they're not trying to represent. And, English speakers can get on board too. Yeah, I gave this my top mark if I were to add up. The name, I was kind of like, I had a pause. Just I want people to say it correctly. So
Mhm.
But with the logo, this is definitely the top of the top.
Yep. I think
But
that's the
and I
consensus.
believe it is Le Victoire de Montréal.
Yeah.
But I love it. And they used the accent on the E, no problem, even when they were PWHL Montreal. I like the font. I mean, it's sharp, it's clean.
It's my favorite for sure. I'm gonna like when I saw the merch for that, I was like, I want everything. Like I love those colors. I like the logo. Yeah, I want a lot of Montreal merch. It
They
looks
have
slick.
the fleur de lis in here and
Yep.
then little quiet, not that quiet, but the M, this was,
Oh, okay. I haven't noticed that, but
yeah,
that's
right.
good. I
And
like when there's the little details.
yeah, it's important. And someone said it has like almost like a bird wing. It's not in your face. There's nothing about it that doesn't settle. And I think the colors are gorgeous. I might have to switch favorite teams, Lindsay, because
Surprised they're not your favorite team since they have poo.
they're really, I mean, I love them. I love Pooh so much. And I just spoke to, Jen Gardner and Kayla Barnes, who are beautiful people. So I'm definitely cheering for Montreal in most of their games. It just looks good. Let's just say it. They won the day.
They won the
And now we'll move on to the New York Sirens.
day.
Look at her expression changed dramatically.
Well, it's not a logo. Again, it's just words. Like, what's like? I want to be able to have it where it's like you don't need the letters and you can see what the logo is. Do you know what I mean?
I
Because
think
like this is a word.
you and I were commenting that the WNBA logos are really well done. And I think the
Okay,
NWSL
we
logos,
won't get too like off topic, but like the WNBA logos rock. Like I love those. I feel like it's almost like a test. Is like if I want to draw it, it's cool. And I want to draw the WNBA logos. They did such a good job with theirs. Like Minnesota's the Lynx, and that looks really cool. The Liberty looks really cool, and they have that same like teal. Like all the
yeah,
New York women's teams have that teal. I really
yeah,
like that. Like that they're
yeah,
all kind of connected.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
I don't
This
know.
one doesn't work for me. I will say this was my favorite name. So when I like got the names, because I was able to get the names a little ahead, so I didn't realize it was all going to come together. And this, I was getting ready to write that this is my favorite name. I just think it has different meanings and it works and it's a plural word, which is nice. We didn't want to go with the sound. But when I saw the logo, it now got downgraded to just sort of
I do
like,
like I like the echo thing. That's cool. I do like it. But like the background part is really weird. Like
apparently this is supposed to be like taxi cab. So I think they added gold to what, three of the teams?
they keep adding yellow to it. Like what's why is that needed in
So
everyone?
like the word mark is okay. But I think it's that the New York in the background, and there's something that just says baseball to me. Like I don't know if it's because
Mhm.
it's a diamond. Um,
I get that. I see that.
like I don't like it's not the worst, but it works, but yet I think it just could have been better.
That's the Liberty one.
I'll
And it
pull.
looks really cool. Like they've got a torch, like the design. Like
Yeah, yeah,
I
it's
just think that looks
gorgeous.
really cool.
Yeah, it's sick.
Like they got everything in there. It looks really good.
Yeah.
And then the Liberty, like that makes sense.
And the teal, that's obviously Lady Liberty is kind of that color, the statue.
Hmm.
So it's cool. But yeah, if they could have done something with a little more shape to it along the lines of the Liberty, I
Yeah,
think you're
and
right.
they incorporate the basketball too, where it's like, do any of these have like anything hockey in them? I'm trying to like they don't have sticks or like like I love the Pdub logo, like the W with the
Yeah,
stick. I
Yeah.
freaking love that logo.
Yeah, that one works. Yeah, so we're trying to point out there are definitely a lot of positives that, and
Yeah, I'm
you
not
can
trying
do a
to
lot once you like get
first
it
react.
on a jersey, once you get it on your merch and stuff, it'll
Mhm.
take on a whole new vibe. So we're not,
Yeah,
but we
yeah.
gotta
I don't want to be like I hate it because I don't. It's just like what I think the greatest thing you brought up was like the WNBA logos. Those look like they tried really hard. Like what can we do to like infuse the logo? They infuse I think like most of them have a basketball in them. And that's really cool. And then they have their colors. They have their unique colors. So I guess I want like a little bit more of a logo, a little bit less just like words or letters.
right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. There's not much graphically happening in some of these.
Mhm.
Boston has the anchor, and I mean Montreal does have it, and that's probably why it works. It just has
Yeah.
something else that
Whole design, which is cool.
right. I like these videos. I'll be sure to, put these in here if you're watching the podcast on video. The team videos they came out with, a lot of it is really nice. It's a nice touch, and the players genuinely seemed pretty positive with it. So there is that, and we'll make it work. We're definitely going to make these work, but we gotta keep it real here on the puck drop.
Yeah.
um,
Exactly.
Unfortunately, Lindsay, we have to get to your favorite team. Um,
So disappointed because I want to get an Emily Clark jersey and I don't like this logo at all.
maybe the jerseys will redeem this business.
Are you showing the photo
Oh
with
yeah,
the
this is the tweet that a lot of people.
has killed me.
Congratulations to the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Calgary Flames on their new child. In case you're not watching the video, please go. I'll put this on my Twitter.
Why
Or
is it a C? It's an O.
they didn't close the O, thus making it even more Calgary Flames like. I like the
Okay.
name. I gave the name like an 8 out of 10. I was like, it's kind of cool. I could see
Charge.
it's,
I mean, I can see you chanting that really easily.
yeah, charge. I mean, it has, there's a
That's
lot.
my high. That's like my high school. We were the Chargers, so it'd be like,
Oh, okay.
charge.
Yeah, it has potential. It does. I don't know if it's connected to the city. I'll have to check that right now, what they're saying. But like this thing here with I don't like the font. Unfortunately, they've gone ahead and joined the two T's, which is just kerning 101. Someone must have liked that. I'm sorry, whoever you are, but the way it's typed and the font is just blah. And the mark itself, I'm not sure what else to say about it. Advance, en avant, charge, electrifying force. I get that. I don't mind it, but why did they add the gold? Is gold
That's ruining it.
electricity? Is
I don't
gold
like.
something to do with
I
charging?
don't like the gold. There, see, like that's just red. I like that. That
Yeah,
looks better.
like
That looks better.
red, black, and white was working for me. I think that could help, but it's still
Take away the yellow. I don't want it. It makes it look like the flames.
let's just sit here and look at this for a minute in total silence. No, I'm joking. The monogram O reflects a spinning object charged with electricity, intensity, and the power. I get that. The faceted cut in the O subtly introduces the letter C, tying I didn't even.
That's a
C
C.
is for charge. That's why it looks like a C. But that's also
Oh,
why it looks like Calgary.
I see what they tried to do.
I gave this my lowest score.
Yep.
I it's just kind of odd. It's not even done that strongly in the sort of jagged bolts or whatever that is. It's
Like the
just
one last, and you're like, I just got to get this done. Does that make sense? Like,
imagine. I wonder if that's
I've
how it
got
went
five.
down.
them. I just, God, Ottawa.
Yeah, I gotta go home. Let's just do a C with some flames coming out of it.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, done. Like, that's what it feels
Just
like.
just under the wire. I'm sorry, Ottawa folks. I love your team, but
I love Ottawa.
the fan base maybe was just loving maybe everything was going too well. I don't know. I don't know
Everything
how.
but the team was too good. They had to do something.
They'll be fine. They will survive. This will all be good, but we got to call it like we see it here, and this definitely is in last place for both of us, right?
Let's just move on.
Let's just move on. All right. Now we have another interesting one. This is my favorite team, and I liked the name when the teas came out with like the royal queen crown, monarchs, etc., etc. And I liked the name. I think the name had a lot of potential to, you know, for fan like a hockey stick as your scepter, and for the fans to bring scepters, and it's sort of an unusual word that you haven't heard a lot. So I was like, I gave this right up there with the sirens. I thought this will be good. And then we see the logo, so I will wait and see what you thought of it. If you've even seen it enough here, let's take a look at their explanation. A symbol of strength and power found in courts. It'll be wielded on the ice by Toronto's hockey royalty. Like there's so many like word games you can play with it. I think it does make it pretty cool. But again, they've added the yellow.
They don't need the yellow.
We're not
They're
sure.
blue. They're blue.
Yeah, I think the blue and white was strong. And then, okay, so here's a look at the T and S. And
I don't know why, but when I first saw it, all I could think was like Spooner. Like the S was Spooner for some reason. I don't know why.
yeah, I mean, she was on the show this morning wearing the shirt. She said, I'm proud to be a Toronto Scepter. Like just her saying it that way is like, oh, it's kind of cool. I have a
I like
friend
that
who just said no, this is just a no.
no.
But I like that it has a little bit of depth, like it's darker, lighter to give it a beveled appearance, which helps. That sometimes that's all it takes is like give me a little 3D feeling, not just like a letter just floating there in outer space. So that there's the shirt with Spooner herself, who, by the way, is skating this week.
Yes, I saw her recovery video and I
Yeah,
was pumped.
yeah.
She's working. She's working her butt off to get
Mama
back.
Spoons. Yeah.
Mama
So, yeah, I gave this. To me, this is a little above the Fleet and the Frost. Like it's not the Victoire. Nobody is up to the level of the Victoire, but I think it's good. It's very, very strong. What do you think?
I like the name because it's unique. Like I kind of like the name like the Royals, but it's like how many teams are called the Royals, right? So I do like that it's again like it's unique to them. That's their team. You're not thinking of like anybody else really, I think, when you hear it.
Right.
So I do like the name. Maybe not at first, but I think it'll grow on me a little bit. Like again, like it's not a common word. So I think it'll grow on me a little bit more. And the logo, I did like the logo, but then you ruined it for me.
I'm about to spoil it.
You and
Another thing that's interesting is the Canadian spelling that might trip some people up. Probably, your autocorrect is going to do something in the USA and change this one. So, but I kind of like that it has that Canadian spelling, kind of like it's stubbornly Canadian, and I rather
yes.
like that. Okay. Yeah. So I sent this to Lindsay. Somebody didn't really have to look too hard, only like the most famous person, on the globe.
And her most like famous
in a video wearing what looks, and I just don't know what to say to this.
At first I thought you like made up the image. like because like it's TS like Taylor Swift. And then I looked it up and I was like, oh,
I wish.
oh, this is a real thing. Like she's wearing that. And then you ruined it for me because I kind of liked it.
And it was also pointed out to me that St. Thomas University has a very similar, not in color, not nearly as close, but and this, to me, this is a little bit of a problem. The league doesn't need to create this kind of an issue for itself. So I'm gonna try to just ignore it, but like it, it'll take a while for people to
It's
maybe
hard
just stop
to
laughing
see
about it.
and
Like,
you're just like, I mean, I didn't think of it like before that till someone pointed it out because I'd never seen that before, but
yeah, I I don't know the video well enough, but as soon as I saw the picture, I was like, oh yeah, oh geez. And
yeah. Plus, is Taylor Swift gonna sue them? I feel like she could. Uh, I
so if you had to, let's just pick. I think two or three of them are just mid, and then so we already agreed on the winner, the Le Victoire, and I'll say that to you, Guillaume, and hope I've redeemed myself. Is the winner? It has a lot of great qualities. And then what's your worst?
I
Lindsay?
think it's Ottawa. Like the name or the logo
The whole as a combo, like
as a
overall,
whole.
is one of the names worse for you?
Frost. I don't really like the frost. It yeah, I can't get Gatorade out of my head now.
Yeah.
Plus I'm obsessed with like grape Gatorade and that's purple. So that's like that's all I'm seeing now. So yeah, geez.
It's a tie for last. I think,
Ottawa's the worst logo.
yeah,
Frost is the worst name.
combo. I agree. I don't think the Ottawa name is as bad as the logo. And again, I'm sorry to the people that worked on this. Like,
Yeah, like I'm
we're
not
just
trying.
having fun with it. This is
We're
what you do
just
for a few
we're
days.
just giving like opinions. Like we could just sit here and say, "Oh, they're really great," but like then it wouldn't be a discussion. So
You gotta
yeah,
look at them and like think about it. But what we want to see it on some more merch and like on the jerseys, of course,
I
is
want
gonna
to see how
be huge.
others look. That's kind of because like that's what they're wearing, right? Like that's the main thing. So I really want to see how that looks, and I hope the Ottawa one done. Like I hope it's not yellow. That's what I don't want it to be yellow.
You know, I
I like
I
the
I
red
think they're
jersey.
keeping their primary color primary, but yeah, there's some bright yellow in there. Same with Toronto. I hope they don't. Since the logo has the yellow, I would think the rest of Toronto has to be pretty blue to kind of make it, kind of stay blue.
Yeah,
Um,
like a
but
dollar, may
a what?
a dollar sign.
That's true.
I don't.
Now that you say that.
Well, like it's yellow and then it's got the line through it. I don't know, like where did the blue go? Why is the blue not in the logo at all?
Well, because the blue is the background.
The blue's the background.
So like, it works when you kind of, but again, it's Buffalo Sabres color. It's just, there's some weirdness. It's all fine. I wish we could sort of like, maybe I'll put a crawl on the screen, like everything's fine and we love all these logos because, you know,
Just we're at
but
the
if we just said what we love about it, it would get kind of, and I love that they're backwards here. They took these pictures and because of the cell phone. And look,
I'm
look, they're right out of the package. They got the creases in them. We gotta love it. We know they're at the
this is
Team
making
Canada camp.
miss watching them.
I know.
Ah.
Yeah, I mean the players have been great. All the draft picks have been really great and available, and I think the league is in really, really good shape. I think, this is a day we all waited for, and we're happy to celebrate along with the teams that it's here. I mean, I'm glad I have the originals because you can say, we were there
Mm-hmm.
for all the early days, but it's going to be a whole new era now. It's different. We're going to have to get used to this.
Just okay, I'm just realizing this too. Those are the colors of my high school too.
Oh man.
So like
We
that
we should love it then.
that's all I'm seeing is like my high school logo. And I'm like, this is the Pdub. Like they shouldn't have my high school.
Color's a color. That's not their fault. But I'll hold out
They're the
hope. I'll hold
Chargers.
out hope that they can come through. So we found the secret to where the logos all truly came from.
The frozen one.
The Toronto is the yellow TTC frozen is making us really crack up.
Like what?
Uh
What I did like is how much the fans are supporting it. Like I saw a lot of fans being like, I don't love this. Still gonna buy all the merch. So I'm like,
and
that's
when
that's great.
I hear from, I've got a few people that message me from other fan bases, and what I love is the Boston person sends me like, well, Boston's the best logo. I really like they just sort of owned it right away, and the New York person was like, sirens, you can't get more New York than that. And like, so, and even me, like I'm defending the Toronto logo for all these reasons. And so, fans really are in it for the long haul and are taking ownership and fighting that their logos are the best, but Montreal wins. Sorry.
Yeah.
So we'll just end on that. What does this word mean? Wait, let me try this. L'infolettre de la victoire. That's their newsletter, info letter. So newsletter. And I'm going to work on my French. I'm going to be in Canada. L'histoire derrière notre logo. So we love this. We'll end on like just all good happiness and congratulations though, PWHL. Well done. We'll just leave it at that. Like it's a lot of work and we appreciate it and we're just gonna enjoy it and try to, stay on the positive side.
And go buy all the merch.
Definitely. I'm so happy they have all these different options, all the hoodies, all the different series of design collections.
And they have the sizes too. Like they actually put the 3X and stuff. So I'm happy about that.
So if you haven't gotten to the shop yet, you better get there and grab that. And then it'll be at the games, of course. So we will see you there with all of your merch on. It's going to be exciting just to see all that new stuff in the air and the new chants. I know. What are we going to do for 2 months? I guess we're just going to have to, we'll find a way to keep talking hockey. But let's wrap this up, Lindsey. You'll have to, maybe if you have any,
to say something.
it's okay. We've now become a very pet friendly podcast. We've had multiple appearances. So all good. We love it. We're happy to see it. We'll have, the news conference and some other things for you to talk about. Hopefully you can join the discussion. Please do that, folks. And, just keep on supporting us. We really, really appreciate this. Lindsey will be back in the season 2. We'll have a lot more guests and a lot more to catch up on. I have a lot of content that I need to hurry up and push out there. So let me know what you think. What's your favorite? What's your least favorite? And why don't you go ahead and send us on out, Lindsey?
I almost forgot my outro thing. What is it? It's Pdub. Peace out.
See you
Thanks,
next time.
TV.
You're welcome. See you next time.
PWHL Puck Drop Podcast.